to it if you're not.
I don't like Trump. I never did. I never been a fan of Trump. You know, even before he became president, I just never had a good feeling about him. Even more so now that he's been president, I really don't like Trump. I sit back and I run across black people who like Trump. And there's one of the things where they say, well, Democrats are racist too. You know, just like Republicans, you know. And I think about that, you know, and there's some truth to it, you know, but I really feel like somewhere down the line, there's something else going on, you know. I put together, I watch CNN, I watch Fox, and I'm a little bit more easy with CNN because it seems like they kind of like accept everybody, whether you're black, white, gay, whatever the case is, and that kind of works for me. You know, it seems like everybody is included. There's no restrictions, you know, because I feel like, well, if this is America, I can talk as much stuff as I want, but that's the America that I remember where everybody was accepted, race, religion, you know. I look at the black conscious movement, you know, I'm black, you know, I've been on the conscious movement, you know, and I'm like, I was feeling certain things. I had my favorites at one time, you know. I had my, you know, my master teachers that I liked, Bobby Hemmett, you know, shoot, Phil Valentine, you know, Dr. Umar Johnson and things. I might feel a little different about some of those names I mentioned now, but, you know, they got me where I was at. You know, they said things that inspired me. But, you know, when it comes down to it, what I'm choosing politically, you know, you ask me to step outside the black conscious movement, and you asking me, you know, to not vote, I'm not cool with that, you know. I mean, I feel like if a bunch of us, black people or urban people or people who are poor, regardless of what color they are voting for some things, you know, we should be able to put together and come up with a candidate or something that makes us feel comfortable and feel like they're working for us. And the voting process should take effect, you know. And I kind of look at it, you know, sometimes where in the conspiracy thought where I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, it's a possibility that they, as they say, fudge the vote, you know, people going to have what they want, you know, regardless. And it does make sense to a degree, you know, as I can have my conspiracy theories in my mind where I'm sitting back thinking, you know, there's a possibility that every president is already picked before you even get into an election. It's a possibility, you know. But at the same time, what other choices do I have, you know? If this is the only action that I can take place, that I can actually make a choice, even if I'm being deceived, it's the only action I know. So, you know, when it comes to voting, when it comes to being a Democrat, you know, I've had discussions on being independent, but at the end of the day, I don't see a reason to take my name off the whole Democrat thing yet because, you know, I really don't know everything that's going on. Most people won't tell you that. I'll tell you straight off the bat, I have no idea what's going on. You know, I can tell you I can see what's going on. I can tell you I'm processing the information. I can tell you I hear the different ideas and opinions that people come up with to tell me not to vote. And a lot of things that I see on CNN, I see on Facebook, and Facebook kind of gives you more of the ideas of what people are thinking, because you actually get to see what they're talking about in their groups and how they actually feel. You'll see memes and things and wild posts, and things of that nature about, maybe coming from black people not liking, not Trump, but not liking Obama, or just a whole lot of stuff. And sometimes I think, in my conspiracy mind, which I might be right, might be wrong, but I honestly believe that there's something else behind this. Yes, I'm not happy with what's going on with Obama, where he's not saying a lot that's going on in the country, and he's real quiet, and he seems to be living his life doing whatever the hell he is after we've got this new situation here, which is Trump. Um, my emotions feel some type of way, and I've learned how to tune it out. But I still have people around me still talking. I want to be focused on my money, and since I'm middle class or whatever the case is, I honestly tell you, really truthfully speaking, whether the economy is good or bad or whatever the case is, I'm still going to have problems. I'm going to still have problems paying certain bills regardless who president is. That works on my mind too, But then I'm concerned about my people who live in the urban communities. I still have people who still get food stamps, people who I know that still live off of public assistance, I'm concerned about them, because I'll be like, how are you going to make it? And some of these same people are the same ones as like rooting for Trump. And I'm like, it sounds like somewhere down the line, he's going to take the stuff that you rely on, and that's how I'll be seeing it, you know, and there's things, to get to me sometimes. I look at things. I mean, I've heard more incidents of black men being killed and shot by police when Obama was president, and I'm pretty sure it's still going on with Trump, but, it's the age that we live in, where even when I say I watch CNN and I think that they're really accepting to all people, they're still a news agency. They still make their money off of how popular their news is, So in actuality, you have to question how much is actually done for show and how much is actually done for real, And at the end of the day, my mind works just like everyone else's, where I'm thinking to myself, they really, regardless of who president is or what news agency it is, when it comes down to it, there will always be an underclass. There'll always be the haves and have-nots. And, is it really giving us change, or is it giving us hope? Change would actually mean things were getting better. Hope is just, okay, all right, I'm going to do this for you, and maybe it will work out. I don't want hope. I want change. I want some things to be better, for my people. I don't want to sit back and, if you tell me black men are being killed and for no apparent reason and being shot up, and, I want to know that something's being done about it. I don't want to be out here and get shot up. I don't want anybody I know to be sitting out here just being shot because they're black. I don't want, regardless of even, when I look at it, people getting shot up, that are at a Walmart with an assault rifle. I don't want that shit either. I don't want to see people, detained, and taking off because they want a better life. You know, I hear the things, you know, that come from people. Well, they say, well, they do whatever they want with black people when they arrest them. And this is true, you know, because when black people get arrested, they take their kids to, well, they're not reporting on that, you know. And it comes back to that whole Democrat and Republican thing, you know, who's actually for us and whether or not voting actually works, you know. I'm really, you know, when they say the black community and they're waiting for the black vote, I'm wondering, what is the black vote, you know? Is it, you know, saying black vote, there's many different classes of black people just like there's classes of white people. There's poor-ass black people and there's poor-ass white people. And what are these people voting for, you know? You know, are they voting for just who's white or who's black, or are they actually voting for change, or are they voting for hope, you know? And one of the things about it is, if you're voting for color, maybe you're voting for hope, you know? It still doesn't make me like Trump, you know? No kind of shape or form, because something really, really seems off with him, you know? I listen to people, black people saying, well, I'm for Trump, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, well, how could this be, you know? I'm really confused.